Hi, welcome to my studio. I did not clean. Why clean when there's time to create? So if you have time to do that, that's more important to me. So I wanted to show you today my process for keeping a blotter pad and making it into something of a memory, a memory book blotter pad. I don't know. I don't have a name for it. What I do is when I work here on my Surface table here, like with many people, I always have some kind of paper underneath. Many creative people, when you're working with inks or paints, stamping, scrapbooking, a lot of times you just have some kind of basic paper underneath to be the receiver of all of the refuse that happens as you create. And that's what I use my blotter pad for here. Now, this one here that I have on my desk, I'll show you in a minute. This is, I think, is a 17 by 14. It is a Strathmore 300 series sketchbook pad that I bought. It was the bound pad, and what I do, let me take this off, I'll show you. What I do is as I work on it, I keep the orientation the same. So I work on it this way, I'll flip the page over, and I'll show you this in a minute. I flip the page over, and then I work on it in the same orientation, and because I know that I was going to bind it. So when I'm done with them, I take the pages, I remove, when I've worked on both sides, I remove the page, and I stack them flat because I know that I'm going to bind them into a book. Now, I've been doing this for many, many years, but I have yet to bind the extra loose pages in a book. What I have done is, last year, I think, I bought this Strathmore sketchbook series, 300 series, in a spiral bound, because I knew that I was going to keep it in the same orientation and work through it and let it just be the book that it was. And it turned out to be a little bit too big, a little bit too cumbersome. This one is an 18 by 24. It's just a little bit too big. But I do like the idea of using it in the same orientation and keeping it, and then your book's already bound. Now what I'm going to do with the one that I have now, I'm coming to the end of the book, or to the end of at the end of the pad of the paper, and these are some of the pages from that book. I keep calling it a book already because even though it's not. And these are the pages that I have used throughout the course of that pad. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold these pages in half, form them into signatures, bind them into a book. Now, I'm going to use the board of the pad for the book board once I cover it. So that's going to be interesting. And I wanted to share this with you because it's a nice, it represents your journey. It's a nice way to look back and see what you're going through in your life. It's a place that we keep notes and try experiments. When I'm stamp carving, I'm always stamping out my stamped image on the paper to see how it's evolving as I'm carving the stamp. My kids will come downstairs sometimes in my studio and sit down at the table, and as they're talking to me, they'll pick up their pens or a pen or something and start doodling or write notes or imagery or draw something. And stuff that you just want to save. But I look back on it and I see the different things that I was going through at different times, and I'm kind of inspired. And I think also what happens is I feel a sense of pride of all the busyness that I've been able to keep going. I don't know, but I'll let you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind this very last blotter pad into a book. I'm going to put it on my blog, and I'm going to put pictures of it on Flickr. So check back, and thanks for watching.